Hello everybody and welcome to Expeditions Viking. This is a rather new game that's come out on Steam. I believe it came out 2 days ago. It is a strategy based role-playing game, heavily story based basically, and it's basically it's Tyranny but Vikings. So if you liked when I played Tyranny, you're gonna have a blast. Also, I'm gonna do a lot of voices, probably, maybe. Let's get started. Right, so firstly, let's make our main tune. We're gonna make a male because, believe it or not, I am a male. Right, so randomize 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our guy. Portrait is kind of matches, I guess. Name, it have to be something very Nordic. Grimmer, Bauger. I mean, they are. Asbjörn? That'll do. A proper father's name. Asbjörn yeah, sure, we're Asbjörn Alfbjörn. Sounds good. And our stats. Where's presets, right? Berserker, Warrior, Defender, Healer. What's a Skald? No. Reckless, violent, melee shooter who dual wields axes and swords. We're gonna be a berserker because fuck everything, it's all gonna die. I have done this briefly before. There is a lot of skills here. Mainly I did it to see if the game actually ran, which it did. But yeah, there's a lot of skills, and since I'm extremely new to the game, I don't know if anything's good, so preset will do for now. I have 1 sense. Yeah, I'm satisfied.
Your father was a great warrior and a good husband, but he was not a strong chieftain to his clan. As he travels to join his brothers in the halls of Valhalla, you must take his place. Our clan is beset by petty squabbles. Some amongst our people would contest your claim to leadership, as they sought discord our neighbors' plot against us. Gather your most trusted clansmen. Together you will face dangers which none can predict. You will be challenged on your leadership, your resolve, your wisdom. Build a ship and take your housecarls across the sea. Power and strength for our clan must be sought outside the Norselands. If you show yourself to be bold, the gods will follow you into battle. Your legacy will live for 1,000 years beyond your time. Our clan must prevail.
I can't help but notice I said we needed our wisdom, and I had 1 point in sense. That's kind of a bad thing, I'm guessing. Aid me, Odin, in my effort to bind the struggles of my bygone time as glimmering light on glass. It's the evening after your father's funeral. When you close your eyes, you imagine his blazing ship shimmering in the dark behind your eyelids. It's not common ritual this far south, but your mother, Astrider, who hails from the land of the Geese, insisted on it. All of the thanes of the neighboring clans have come to attend your feast in his honor. Your father may not have been the most successful thane, but as a warrior, he commanded the respect of many. The guests are filling in your longhouse. The thane enters first, each trailing a modest group of warriors. Your mother leans in to whisper a few words of advice before she takes a seat. You should greet each of the thanes before the feast begins, but listen well to their words. Few of them would benefit from making this smooth transition. It will be important to know where they stand. Chairs with golden nameplates have dialogue for you. Is that the chair? Sure. The icon over the chair is the quest marker. Talking to the other things is not mandatory. Let's talk to Skull Cleaver. Cleaver is the Fane of Yailing, which borders your area. Yailing is a large territory, and Skull is one of the most powerful Fanes in Jutland. Yailing has prospered under his rule. Skull pushes himself away from the table with his foot, the chair making a grinding sound across the wooden floor. His face shows an earnest sympathy. Asbjorn, my boy, so sorry about your father. Is there anything the people of the Yales can do to aid you in these trying times? Don't hesitate to ask. That's very kind of you, Tain School. Of course, we must all stand together against the Frankish threat. Frankish? Skull leans toward you, resting his elbows on the table. Tell me, what are your plans for this place? How will you lead your clan? Expanding I start by expanding our defenses. You really are Alfbjörn's son, aren't you? Yeah, that was my name. Just take care of not lose the touch people need in your earnest to defend them. He lets out a deep sigh and leans back into his seat. I'm sure you know I fought with your father many years ago. We were very much of similar inclination, he and I. That man had a real taste for battle, not like his brothers. Mark my word, Asbjorn, true bonds are forged in battle, not bound in blood. He came to me for advice before he mounted his last journey. On account of my ties to Kaupang, I should have warned him better about what he was getting himself into. He knew what he was getting into, but he went anyway. A wistful smile crosses Skull's lips. That sounds like your father. But I've taken too much of your time already. I know you have other guests to entertain. Perhaps we'll talk later, after a bit more mead. Skull nods more to himself and you and turns his attention to the food off the table. So I'm probably gonna use that accent for me, and then everyone else is surprisingly good at English. Not that I'm pretty much shit at English, never mind. Halfdanr is the Fane of the slightly larger clan that borders your lands to the east. He wears a solemn expression and nods heavily when you approach him. Alfjorn is in Valhall now, Asbjorn. There is no doubt about it, he died doing what he loved. Asbjorn Alfbjorn. Yeah, that was pretty damn stupid name, wasn't it? But while you feast among the heroes, you're left here to sort out the pieces. You got work cut out for you. You speak ill of my father at his own funeral feast. I will cut you. The old chieftain holds up his hand. Nay, your father excelled at what he loved, fighting. He cared not one bit for this village, and I'm sure he would take offense to me pointing that out. His disregard made him many enemies among his clansmen. Surely you're not expecting your claim to leadership will go uncontested. I am the rightful Tain. If anyone think otherwise, I'll sort them out in the traditional way. Good, worse problems than this may have solved at the tip of a spear at the edge of a blade. May the gods favor you when it comes to that. Halfdanr empties his mead in a single gulp and slams the mug onto the table and calls the thrall to refill. Rurik Alfbjarnarsson. Your elder brother Rurik always had a penchant for music. He looks up and gives you a warm smile as you approach him. God kväll, brother. Rurik grins. I mean, my honored Fane. How do you feel? I feel well. I'm fine, Rurik. How about yourself? Rurik shrugs. You can barely hear a soft voice or the din of the feast. I'm certain father is feasting with Odin now. The old man will surely be more at home in Valhall than he has ever been in here. I have to go and be a good host. I'll talk to you later, brother. Your brother flashes a cheeky grin. Just use the old signal if you need help to get the conversation with one of the other things. Fucking hell, there's a lot of them, isn't there? This one has one of those, though the others doesn't, so I'm guessing this is the more important one. Ragndir the White is the most influential of your guests. As the vassal of King Singdur Heringer. She is the current ruler of Denmark. She has come from the trade hub of Ribe to the south, where she presides as Jarl. She nods politely as you approach her seat. It was a beautiful ceremony, Asbjorn. I extend my condolences for your loss on behalf of the Rye of the King. I must tell you, I advise him not to seek out the isles across the sea. We've all heard the stories of the unprotected coast and their treasures, but there is more danger than the rumors let on. I'm not surprised they claimed his life, but I'm glad at least he died with a sword in his hand. I was hoping the king wouldn't be here. Thank you for accepting the invitation. We are honored that you could make it, you old hag. Of course, your father's sword will be missed in the struggles against the Franks. Did you know my father well? I know him as a warrior. He fought together on the Bravelier, and he struck me as a shrewd tactician. When your king needs you, I hope that you will serve him as well as your father did. My father taught me everything he knew about combat. My warriors and my father taught me everything about combat. She nods once. I would expect nothing less of the man, but remember that no amount of practice as a substitute of actual experience. If you excuse me, I must do the rounds. Enjoy the feast. The old woman smiles. She gratefully slides back down into the seat, whereabouts she spears a large piece of chicken with her knife and dumps it into her plate. I like the woman. Chicken is fucking awesome. Let's take a seat. Following the initial meet and greet, everyone toasts your father and digs into the meal. Food covers every inch of the table, and the freshly brewed mead seems to flow endlessly. Did he poison something? You're listening to Nefja's usual complaints about her mother when Ketil perks up and slips discreetly out of the longhouse. Outside, some piece of pottery crashes against the ground, and men begin to shout. In short order, the door flies open and the doorway is filled with Ottar Erlingsson. Sword in hand, outside you see his brother standing over the prone form of Ketil. Ottar looks around the room with distrust. What a splendid feast for such a shit Thane. Ottar's gaze stops on you. He raises his sword to point to you accusingly. Asbjorn, your family had its chance to earn our respect and you wasted it. Come outside and defend your honor, or we will burn this hall to the ground. Nefja jumps on her feet, already holding her knife. Her voice seethes with disgust. Ottar, you miserable drunkard, how dare you attack your Thane's honor during this own feast? Your family will pay for this. Ottar has turned his back on you and is already walking back outside. All the other guests turn their gaze to you in anticipation. Your mother leans in and whispers in your ear. You have to handle this. If the other Thanes think you're weak to deal with such blow against your family's honor, Nerfia, stay here, I'll handle this Nidigengar. What the fuck is that word? The shield man shakes her head. The drunkard fool is here for a fight. I think we actually have to kill him this time. Sure thing. Retrieve your weapons at the rack of the door. Okay. Utility axe, simple knife, trophy Dane axe. Weapons, time to open the equipment. So this one seems best. Shows up, use the button to scroll down if I have. Drag item, specific slot, you can also double click. Each character can carry 2 sets of weapons, and you can switch in combat. Good to know, good to know. Wait. Oh, is that a throwing axe? Thought you fight with two-handed. No, it's a two-handed axe. So we can leave it there. I'm going to use dual wield though, I'm guessing since Berserker. Switch between 2 weapon sets, comparing, well, yeah, those 2. Mead, increase strength for 3 turns. Use twice for double effect, but this reduces finesse and sense. It doesn't matter, I don't have any sense. The window displays a few extra useful pieces of information. Here you can see the character's primary stats. Alright then. Let's head out and deal with this ruffian. Most of the guests follow you outside and form a half circle behind you. You're dimly aware of the other Thanes muttering among themselves. Nerfia runs over to Kefil to help him back on his feet. A streak of blood runs from his hair down his cheek, but it looks like he can still fight. 4 against 1. This is what the sons of Erlir Forgislthun consider a fair fight. Ottar's brother tosses a sneer. He sounds drunk. Kefil is following me. Shut your mouth, woman. He started it. Does your father know you're here destroying his name? Uther shifts his weight restlessly as he regards the Thanes assembled behind you. He does not, but he will be proud of us when Ashleaf is finally our Thane instead of yours. You've gone too far, Uther. There is no honor in this. I must take Asbjorn's side here. For a moment, confusion mixed with fright in Uther's eyes, but he quickly composes. Fine, we'll kill you all, then I'll be Thane. Oh, straight into combat. Combat is an important aspect. Defeat does not necessarily mean game over. Interesting. You'll usually be able to continue and the story may change in some cases. During combat, blue hexes appear under allies or red under enemies. Select yourself a warriors called Hirdemen, either by clicking on them or on their portrait. You can make default enemies, transfer sword or an arrow. Use no attacks, remember to use your abilities. Yeah. So halves the user's moves but allows them to move through traps and attacks of opportunity. So I'm guessing attacks of opportunity is anywhere around people. Shield hook. Pull the opponent's shield away, making them exposed. Cannot block. Hook and slash. An overhead attack with the offhand weapon that is always blocked, immediately followed by the unblockable attack with the main hand. Taunt. Charge. Make melee attack with 5 damage for every hex you move before... Ooh. Can I go all the way over there? No, it's not within range. I can go for... That'll pass through his... Let's just go for that guy. Slash. That's almost a kill instantly. Yellow, I'm guessing this is if you want to move afterwards. I do not, because then I have to move away. During combat, charge can be ordered around in any order. For example, you can move a range charger a few hexes toward an enemy, shoot and then move back. Basic information about your Hirdemen. The enemies can be hovering over them. So she has a spear by the looks of it. Attacks that are 3 hexes away. That's long. Can you attack this one then? Sure can. That's a long ass poke. And stand in his vision or whatever. This guy seems to be an archer. Spotted. Cannot use low cover. Range attack. Have more accuracy. This seems to be an archer. Activating. So he's spotted now. Any effect will show above the hit bar. Status effects can be anywhere from a few rounds to several in-game hours. Some are permanent. Fatigue is one of the more punishing status effects and will be as long as the charger is still tired. Resting during gameplay will get rid of it. So make sure you rest, blah blah blah. Take more information. You can click the info button and then click info button. Weapon slots. Click it. That's the info button, but yeah, it is. So, what did I actually do? Increase the minimum. Is that what I did? Spotted. Cannot use low cover. Range attack versus the charge to have more accuracy. That's what I did. That's what I did. So, 0% chance to hit. Really? That's not a lot, is it? 95. That's way more. Hit that guy, obviously. Harried. Oh, he's just down. Animals just fallen. This will likely happen often, both to you and enemies. When Hirdemen get incapacitated, they can be revived during combat or left down until the end of combat. Incapacitated Hirdemen will actually get back on their feet after combat. If an enemy is killed, the red hex at their feet will disappear, whereas incapacitated charges will writhe in pain on the ground. If you decide to leave a Hirdemen incapacitated, they risk getting an injury. The longer they stay down, the worse the injury can come. Do your best to keep everyone, well, not dead. This is a shield guy. So, do you have any charge as such? Attack the first enemy that enters. Melee, that's nice. Stun, that sounds good. Kick. So run up to this guy and stun him, I guess. Bonk. You stun with us. You'd think he'd bonking with the bulk of his, or the handle of his sword or something. Toggle non-lethal attacks. Charges will no longer land critical attacks. Oh, so you can pretty much say if you want to kill people or not. That's good, that's good. Ow. Seriously, that does not look like a stun at all. So she can take that all now because, well, stun. Shoot that guy, would you? So I can charge up to that archer guy. Asbjörn, Alfbjörn. Wait, we can't run up all. We can run up, but is that an ass? It is. Force the target to move their full movement toward it. Should I just... I mean, it's an archer guy. He shouldn't be able to do much, right? A charger just enter cover. Cover comes in either high or low cover, which is visualized by the shield hovering next to them. Alright. When it applies, cover blocks attacks completely. There is no partial cover. You're either in cover or you're not. Cover protects you against ranged attacks from the direction of the space with cover. A character in low cover will automatically stand up to shoot over it, but will also be forced to stand up if an enemy stands next to them. High cover still works if the character is standing, but requires movement to shoot at enemies on the other side. Good to know. Taunt that fucker. Oh, I thought it was actually gonna pull down his pants or something. Oh well, oh well. So, slash that fucker. Around the sheriff's feet is their action ring. It says mirrored by the dots at the bottom of the portraits. The inner ring shows whenever the character has an action. The outer ring shows what kind of movement. A green and red ring means the character can move within the green area and attack, or spend your action to move all the way to the edge of the yellow. A yellow and a red means they can attack from where you stand, or convert your action to extra movement. A yellow with a grey means they can only move. A grey means they're done. So these guys can move. Okay, I'm gonna tell you to run over there. To get in cover and... well, and you're not gonna stay there. Keep that guy. Tactical move. What the fuck is tactical move? Is that... half the users move but allows them to... yeah, it's that one. So you can run without actually... yeah, they can move without getting attack of opportunity on them. Hiya! I mean, why didn't you just stab him while he was down? That's 3 hexes away, I think. No, neither of them are. Oh well. Go and block his thing then. No, he's in cover. He isn't. Shoot him! Pew! Was that right in his forehead? I'm pretty sure that was right in his forehead. Can you run? You can run all the way. Fucking hell. Wonder if all the battlefields are gonna be this small then, because that's... he could cover the whole battlefield in a single turn. 7, really? Is that the best you can do, son? Hiya! Victory! He even died. Whenever you finish combat, you will see this screen, which shows such. If a character was injured during combat, any new injuries will be displayed here. They will need to be treated the next time you make camp. Here you see any items equipped by a Hearman. If you used an item during combat, it will be shown here as well. Here you will see all the items equipped by each character. Any item that lost their ability during fight will be indicated by a red arrow. So he had a light trauma on his head from before when he was bonked on the head, very likely. Ottar Eriksson lies on the frozen earth in a small pool of his own blood, his blank gaze at the sky. Ottar's surviving brothers are slowly getting to their feet. None of them has any fight left in them. Nerfia regards the survivor with a mixture of disdain and sadness. What do we do with them? Execute them. The grim words does not take long. Your guests look on solemnly as the snow in front of your feast hall turns red with blood of the farmers. If any of them doubted your resolve before, now we see what you're made of. Oh yeah, bloodbath. They are running up and stabbing. Stab, stab, stab. As Ophir steps forward, he looks not the least bit tired from the fight. I suppose I supported you here tonight because Uther and his brothers were out of line. It is not the way of our clan to kill each other in drunken brawls. He asked for it. Asbjorn, son of Alfbjorn, I challenge you to a duel for this position of Fane. An excited murmur rises among the guests. Ketil murmurs in a voice too low for anyone to hear when you and Nephian hear. Can you believe this, Bikku Sonder? It is the right to issue a challenge. His timing could be better, though. Asler, son of Grimvander, I accept your challenge. He nods, apparently satisfied. We'll meet on Holmgong Isle at the noon on tomorrow. May the gods favor you. Oh, they will. He no longer follows me. So we can area map and yeah, it's a lot of stuff. We have resources. But yeah, I'm gonna leave this the first episode here. Oh, we got some skill points. We're gonna place those first. This screen shows the primary stats and skills. This is where you spend shit. All these stats are derived from your primary stats and modified your skills, your equipment, and any lingering effects. Hover over them for more info. Use bonus buttons to switch between the 5 different categories. So we are using access by the looks of it. Dane axe is two-handed access, good to know. So access use strength. Is there anyone else that uses strength? Perception, finesse, strength. But we're gonna stick with access, I'm guessing. To upgrade skill, click on this icon and then press this button if you have enough skill points left. Remember to check your screen once in a while to see if you earn enough points. So we don't have enough to upgrade our access just yet. Offensive. Next attack will always be a critical strike. Interesting. Let's charge. We have that one. Cripple. Dual wielding. We want that. So we get this, I'm guessing? Nope, we got this. Offhand increase 80. Activating parry. Base DR is double charged against a free counterattack. DR, that's defense rating? So that's doubled for the next turn. And I get a free counterattack if someone... Okay, that's good. Homestead. This screen allows you to scale your upgrades for your homestead. Scroll. So we can upgrade our house. Interesting. Some upgrades have multiple paths. These icons shows prosperity and your power. Most homestead upgrades provide bonus to one or the other. Your facility and your power will eventually influence how the game ends. We're gonna have a lot of power. This is quest log. This is codex. This is options. But yeah, as I said right before and I got interrupted by getting skill points, I'm gonna call this an episode right here. I'm gonna keep playing this. Can we loot this guy? Empty. Yeah. Can I loot this guy? Rations. Yes, please. Can I loot this guy? Herbs. Yeah. I'm getting too distracted. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.